Yes. Okay. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the third edition of Friday Night Live. And then I have an audience who will clap. Friday Night Live. Yes, Friday Night Live, and we are here at Uncovering Creatives. My name is Muntslag. I will be your moderator for today, and we have an amazing show for you with incredible, lovely, powerful beings here at the table. Uncovering Creatives. That's the show where we talk film, theater, dance, all of the creativeness and who these creative frontrunners are. What do they do? How do they do it? Why do they do it? All the tips, the tricks, the ins, the outs. I'm here at the table. I'll ask these questions and you get to enjoy. So thank you very much for tuning in. If you are online, hey, what's up? Hi, Mom. But also here in the studio, thank you very much for joining us. Everybody, a round of applause for yourselves. Yes. All right, so the amazing beings that I'm talking about, you do not understand how much my table is glowing. I'm bragging tonight, absolutely, because it's entrepreneurship, creativeness on whole new levels. We got the one and only Cherella Gessel. And we couldn't pair that with nobody else but Darwin Winklaar. Amazing. And also we got always that little intermezzo where we introduce to you something you do not want to miss. Entrepreneurs that are just starting their business, popping up. You want to see that. Ruby van der Hoorn is stepping by with cream ceramics, and that's going to be lit. So yeah, I say, and let's start the show. Oh, this feels like real Friday Night Live. Everybody keeps clapping at the things I say. I love that. Okay, so Cherella. We're going to start with you. It's okay. Cherella, that amazing being that is, I mean, you are a multidisciplinary artist. I cannot put you in one box because boxes do not fit, and I absolutely love that about you. You are a chameleon. If I saw you yesterday, today I might see somebody completely different. One thing for sure, that laugh, though. Ain't nobody got it like you. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, I'm going to start right away with, you're a winner, baby. We already knew that, but you won what's that? Monday.
Monday, yeah.
Monday. You won the Amsterdam Prijs voor de Kunst.
Yes. Yes.
So, I mean, did it sink in already? How are you feeling? Talk to us.
I'm still floating. Mm-hmm. It sunk in, but not quite yet. Mm-hmm. Like it didn't nestle yet.
Yeah, I think it's gonna take it because it's fresh, right? I mean, Monday is a few days ago.
Yeah. And I didn't had a day off after Monday. Mm-hmm. So the day after, I was on set doing makeup and hair, and the 3 days after that. And today also meetings while being in bleach with my hair at the barber. And then rushing into being here. So
you're keeping yourself busy.
Yes.
That's good.
But I would yes. So next week I will be still
next week, oh, this happened.
This happened. Yeah.
Okay, speaking of happened, I think we have a video of that moment where they said your name and that magic just bursted into the room. Check this out.
Beautiful.
Right?
Beautiful.
Yo, me seeing this again, I mean, my heart is here. I'm getting absolutely emotional. But also, and a big shout out indeed to your best friend who, I mean, the way she hyped you up going on that stage and just, oh, LaShawn, this was for you. This was for you. But yeah, this is your moment. And it felt as if the whole room was with you.
Yeah.
Did you feel that on stage too?
Yeah. So that was even more like...
You absolutely deserve it. Come back to that later. Let's wheel it back to where it all started. Where did your love for art grew into Cherella? If you can recall.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm thinking about when I was 4, and then just, you know, having fun with my mother in front of the television, like how do you say it?
Vibing, chilling.
Vibing on music videos, on like The Box and TMF, MTV, etc. Singing along. Seeing mini playback show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with Henny Huisman. And I was like, oh, I also want to do that. I just want to, you know, be on stage and have like this Skitter Girls, shout out.
Wow.
But then, you know, that feeling of like having this metamorphosis into an artist that's already like reached like a lot of people already, and then vibe on that vibe and on your own vibe. So that's kind of what we did in the living room in front of the television.
So from young age on already, I was vibing the vibes and actually putting in the roots to create this absolute amazing artist that you are nowadays.
Yeah, I guess so.
And because, you guess so, we guess so. But you describe yourself as a self-taught artist, autodidact. You taught yourself. You didn't per se went to a particular school or institution.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about this way that you taught yourself all these forms of, because you do theater, you make music, you are a model. And theater, your background is mime, right? Or was that, I mean, you do both. You do everything. Let me stop. Okay, yeah, but self-taught. Take us a little bit with to all these places where you started teaching yourself the crafts that you own.
Yeah, it actually started with dancing, because I felt like that was more, how do you say it, reachable for me. And this was a video from Kevin Cruden, an amazing choreographer, and he asked me to be part of this video concept. So dope. And I was like, this is so exciting that he is asking me, because I love his work. But then I always see like he has like these amazing dancers in his videos, and also on that day I felt like, am I a good enough dancer to be here? And I was like, no, Cherella, you are asked. Take this. Like, so these are the conversations that I have with me a lot of times. But it started with dancing, actually. I grew up in Emmen, in Drenthe, during my puberty. And there weren't a lot of creative facilities. So what I did, I gathered around with some friends and people I didn't know back then to join forces and dance. And so I
create your own.
Yeah, create dance groups, etc. Be part of them. You know, most of them already existed. I wasn't the one creating them. But, and so that's what we did. And then later on, when I came back to Amsterdam, taking dance workshops here with different teachers, different styles, etc. Getting like introduction into house and folk fam, folk old way, different stuff, and later on theater, because I thought of all of the arts things as a hobby because I was taught like you need to do something serious.
Yeah, a real job.
A real job. So that was still a thing that I needed to deconstruct in my system. Yeah, theater. At a certain point, I was like, okay, you know what? You don't like the education you're doing at Hogeschool van Amsterdam. So this makes no fucking sense.
What were you doing at the time?
I was doing media, information, and communication. And it was like this school where it was like a lot of different stuff from different, things concerning media.
Yeah.
But that was actually a compromise for me. So a compromise of a serious job and a creative job. So then I was like, yo, skip, just try it at least. And then you can say, okay, it doesn't work or it doesn't fit me or...
Yeah, then you know. Then you've at least touched it and tried it.
Yeah, exactly. So at that point, I quit school, started doing theater, went to different platforms and did different workshops to learn a lot about, like a meme, for example, with text, with masks, with, combined with dancing and conceptual theater making, etc., to just, go to a lot of places and to put all those things
together
up in my backpack.
Food for thought. Put it in your bag. Get it.
Yeah. Because I had a plan. I wanted to, go towards making theater myself and telling the stories I want to tell. And I didn't know, and I had a lot of doubt and insecurity about what that story is and what it should be and is it good enough or whatever. But I was like, just get the tools.
Yeah, and then...
And at the point you will, when you get to that point of I'm ready to tell whatever, you'll know what to tell. So just go.
Get those tools.
Yeah.
And were there specific artists, local artists or from abroad that you reached out to or that you got inspiration from to put in your backpack and to later be also a form of Cherella?
Yeah. For this work, for example, this is an installation I made, Analog Girl in a Digital World, together with Booba Dolla.
Yeah.
An amazing, also multidisciplinary artist. He does a lot with film and music, photos as well, and a lot of more amazing stuff. Yeah. I was asked for, how do you say it? Yeah, by. I was asked by Kunstlinie Almere Flevoland, which was new at the time. And they asked me to, show something, made an installation. And the thing was, they were like, Cherella, the dancer, make something. And I was like, I'm not...
Not a dancer.
I'm not a dancer. I think, right? Or how... What is... Huh? And then, and then I thought, you know what? Just skip whatever they say. They ask me as a person, as an artist.
Yes.
Just make whatever you want to make. So I was really searching a lot, and I was also in a burnout at the time. I was in my first big theater production. I was doing a lot of stuff next to it and the same time and things, and I'm not a technical person, so this was like, I want this, but I don't know how.
Your brain was doing overwork.
Yeah, overwork. And with this movie, I wanted to put the different aspects of the art forms I like and the art forms I, work with, combined together in the movie. So I showed different hairstyles, because I'm a hairstylist.
Because you're also a hairstylist.
Yes.
Makeup artist.
Makeup artist. I show different makeup looks, different styles of clothing. I dance in the movie, acting, modeling as well. But that, was also combined with acting and then just like that. And then together with him, thinking about, we can go there and act like as if we're at the photo shoot here. But also me going around to different stores like, yo, can I borrow this and this for a movie? Like, yo, stylings, this, da, 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 and this is what I have in my closet. Like, oh my God, it was a lot. It was a lot.
But it also sounds like, because indeed, I can imagine that it's a lot, but at the same time, it sounds like you had, or at least took for yourself, creative freedom. Because you said, okay, fine, you said dancer, but I am who I am, and I decide, and you just went with it.
Yeah.
But that's a, I don't know, brave is such a lame word to say, but that's a great and powerful thing to do. Did you realize at that moment that you were already making power moves by saying, I decide?
Not like now.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the difference with now?
The difference with now is that I'm more conscious about the fact that I'm saying it and why I'm saying it and the way how I'm saying it.
Absolutely. Say it.
So that's a difference. Because back then it was more like, no, this doesn't feel right. No, it needs to be something else. I don't know exactly what it needs to be, but
yeah, you had to go
like
through
that.
it first, and now you can maybe even look at it at forehand and say, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is there a particular, maybe a performance or something you did where you knew, okay, hold up, this is clicking. This shaped you as an artist. This performance, this time period. Because what we're seeing here is universe.
Universe.
Your, as you said, love letter to yourself.
Yeah.
Can you explain a little bit for the people who don't know yet, but are about to find out? Universe.
Universe. I would say this is the piece where things click together. Also, the process towards the piece itself, it was really about deconstructing at first, because I was like, okay, 2020, I need to make a piece. That's just my planning. Like you have a lot, you have enough tools in your backpack now. It's time.
Full. Let's go. Unpack.
I don't know, I'm not feeling it yet, but you need to go.
Oh, wow.
And then I was like, okay, I need to make a piece. What's it gonna be about? Slavery and Black history. And, okay, it's just so heavy, you know.
That wasn't it.
So that wasn't it, but it took me a while because I first needed to feel the heaviness and the things and the work and the, okay, am I going to do this like multiple times, like a whole piece, a whole period, and then multiple times on stage and
yeah, are you
on
gonna
stage and no.
Yeah.
No. So then I went into searching into myself, etc. Koronchi happened. So there was a lot of time to think and to feel and to just be. And then I felt uncomfortable with just being.
Explain. Just being.
Just being. I was so used to being of service of other people.
Oh, yeah.
So at first, it felt like a relief, and some load fell off my shoulder. And then I was like, okay, but wait, now I have less contact with people because I'm not of service. I cannot be of service for people. And then I was like, but am I only good enough to be of service for people? And then I felt very lonely. And then, that's where a switch came in.
And this switch meant what? Because this loneliness, did you find you and then you weren't lonely anymore? Who helped? What helped?
No, I felt very lonely, and I became conscious about the fact that I was mostly of service of people, and that I had a hard time taking service.
Okay, yeah.
And then my best friend, LaShawn.
LaShawn.
With 3 A's. Like she really, was there for me. Well, she was there for me the whole time. That was
Regardless,
the whole
they come in pairs. They come in pairs.
But I became more conscious about the way I was trying to keep control of situations. And then I could just let go. I could let go with her. And I cracked, let go of that control, and just let her, be open for whatever she was giving me the whole damn time.
But now you were receiving and able to translate.
Yeah.
Because I've seen Universe. I'm going to see it again. The 29th of October, Compagnie Theater, very big plug. Check it, get your tickets. You need to see this. It's an ode to yourself, a love letter, a hip-hop concert, theater, more. You are very much in control in this piece. It is so big. And at the same time, it's you there with all your... You can see one person standing there, and still there's like all the 10s and 12s and 1500s of Cherellas are there.
Ooh.
That is super powerful.
Beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. You haven't seen it yet, but round of applause. Give it. Okay. I'm going to put a little pin in you. I'm going to pin in you. Because I feel the emotions. No, but we'll get back to you. Oh my gosh, I'm getting some water. Because I'm thirsty. But I'm also going to go to our next guest. And don't mind, nothing's happening here. We have this amazing, also like multi-talented artist who some try to put in a hokje. And then Darwin said, hokje where? Mind you, today is Darwin Winklaar's 27th birthday, so happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
Darwin. Birthday to you.
Make a dish. A wish. Yes.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much for being here. Multidisciplinary artist. Your name is all over everybody's lips in Amsterdam, in Europe, but also here in the room. And I am very happy that you are here at the table. I'm happy that the two of you are meeting here at this table. I mean, y'all don't even know what's coming just because they are here at the table. But to start with you, how are you doing?
Good.
Yes.
Happy. Also overwhelming of all of the things that's coming in my way, doors opening. It's been a lot for myself because I don't know how to process it for myself as well. So sometimes I have to lock myself in my room and to just get away from it and then come back at it. That's the only way I can do it, with my rituals, with my family and my brothers next to me, the people that I love, to keep me grounded, and that's it.
Because you are the winner of the Lichtingprijs 2020. Winner's table. Lichtingprijs is like the most important prize to win as an upcoming fashion designer or being in fashion of your year. And you won that to the T. I mean, the jury couldn't even explain in words what they felt as they were going through your installation. They said it's a feeling. And I mean, what is that for you, that moment? God. Can you take us there?
Definitely. I think for me, it has always been a huge obsession by being yourself completely, like authentically yourself. Maybe that could sound very cliche, but I feel that when you know exactly where you come from, your roots, and you know exactly who your people are, your ancestors are, there's no way no one can tell you who you are. And from there on, that's for me like the unapologetic way that I'm coming in my work and everywhere I go. But doing it as well, how I was raised, very humble and genuine person through my work as well.
Yes.
So I think the feeling is, every time when I talk to people, I always say, you know, if you really, when I die, if you really want to get to know me, go back to my work. You will find me there.
You're there.
I am there. Yeah.
And to take us back to the beginning, because you came here from Aruba. You're from Aruba?
Yes.
Aruba, Arriba. Ooh.
Yeah. Okay.
I know. But, you came here to study, and even though you were like, you talked to people and who prepared you, you still come into a world that is completely different. But take us first at this beginning.
Yes. Yes, I moved to the Netherlands in Amsterdam 7 years ago. So basically, I just came because I felt that Aruba didn't have enough sufficient opportunities for us. And as a creative, I always realized that I was very controlled, and there's no much for us in the art or fashion industry and in Aruba. So for me, I always was an ambition person. I was always this guy that wanted to keep pushing my limits and see how far can I go with that. So of course, doing the Atelier 89 in Aruba under Elvis Lopez was always a huge learning lesson, learning curve, and meeting so many beautiful teachers from all around the world, and kind of like giving me all their tools. And from there on, I was okay, I have all of these tools, I prepared all of my portfolio, and then what's next?
Yeah, so also packing the backpack, and then
packing the backpack.
What's next?
Without knowing what's going to be what's going to happen, and then I came into Rietveld. Of course, because all of the local artists there, Osaira, Glenda, Ryan Odibert, all of them has went to Rietveld. So for me, it was always already...
It was a logical step.
It was a logical step to do it.
The goal was Rietveld.
Yeah, exactly. But then I was like, it's okay. Let's do it and see what happens. So I did. And from there, from that moment, I realized I encountered myself with so many stumbles. But from there on, you grow from that. And through my academic, I felt that there was just one way to do things, and of course you come there because you want to learn, you want to expand your knowledge. Yeah. But at the same time, you want to also question yourself, who you are. How can you get these tools for yourself to actually push your culture even more further than that? But that's okay, because I'm very grateful for how everything have went. With just in my creative process, because I feel, because if I haven't went through all of that hard belittlement, hard work at the Rietveld, I haven't been who I am right now, and empowerment that I have right now. So I'm very blessed for that, actually. Yeah, yes. Definitely. Yeah.
Because indeed, you're coming here, being prepared, having all these tools in your bag, but then still you come in an institute which is predominantly white in their thinking, in their reacting, in their how they want to portray you. Yeah. So you are you're this nice tropisch vruchtje from Aruba.
Yes.
And you make very nice art,
which is really delicious.
Yeah, very delicious. But thank you. But indeed, and so the first year, what you do is right? You follow that path and you take it all. But then you have to break free from that because you realize, as you said, you were losing yourself. What was that moment that you said, okay, but hold up. I know, even though if I do not know fully what Darwin Winklaar is yet, this is not it. Yeah. How did you get there to breaking free from that stereotype mill you were getting into?
Exactly. It was all about, I was going through a huge depression, of course, as well, anxiety, identity crisis. So I felt like I had to go back to Aruba. I had to go back to where I started. Why did I came to the Netherlands? Why? What was the reason? And from there on, going back and meeting different artists and having conversation with them, having eye-to-eye conversation and holding their hands and really kind of like, okay, what is the essence? Why do I feel like this? Are you the only one? Am I the only one that they treated like that? Or are you also like that? And they said the same thing, you know? And then I was like, how come they don't know anything about our history?
Yeah.
How come they don't know anything about where we come from? But they reclaim us. They reclaim what we have. And that's, for me, it was kind of like, whoa. What is this? I don't get this. And then from there on, I start questioning them as well. I start questioning, okay, so let's have this one-on-one conversation. So I came back from my internship, and from there on, I was fully packed with history informations. Just like interviews with these artists, because I was packed jam with this decolonization mindset already. And from there on, I was like, okay, I'm gonna decolonize my body, my mindset from a Eurocentric mindsets, and teach them as well. Where we come from exactly, and especially, you know, having these belittlements, telling me exotic, sexualize me because I come from the Caribbean, racist connotations, all of these things. And for me, I was like, okay, I'm going to actually let you know what exotic really is.
Yeah, so you became the teacher there.
I became the teacher.
Thank
and
you
from
for
there
that.
on, I was like, I'm gonna take my step, I'm gonna do it unapologetically, and I'm going to basically give them a lecture from really where we come from. And that's what I did.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because then we gotta zoom in on that graduation piece that just lifted you into that world. Can you take us there?
It's crazy, you know, that you're saying that, because I still have to be, whoa. It was 2 years ago, and I'm still going through it with my work. My work is still going.
Because everybody's still asking for it.
It's still asking for it. So my graduation work was an homage, a veneration to my culture, to the deeper layers of my culture, Aruba, and especially a veneration to my mother.
Yeah.
So as a kid, I would witness my mother perform cathartic healing, cathartic rituals, and she would do this every Sunday. She would douche the entire home, and she would use different kind of liquids, such as agua de Florida, agua de Maravilla, blue soap, and all of these multiple, almost it becomes a soup in this basin, in this bucket, and she would clean the entire home and clean the entire walls. And while she's doing that, I could see my mother recites her pain through that motion while she's doing it in the household. So I realized that she would use it in an empowering way. She would actually use it to, just to heal.
To heal,
to heal. And of course, as a kid, to witness that, you don't understand that.
No, but you take it in you.
But I take it in. And from there on, I was like, no, this is the way I should also heal from all of these belittlements, from all of these traumas, from all of these macho culture traumas that I've been through. So I started adopting these rituals for myself. And then heal and start healing and use it in an empowerment way to actually, no longer become the victim of these belittlement words that I encounter in the Netherlands, but to actually reclaim them, but full force without having any, pain attachments to it. So for me, it was such a big impact when I was doing this ritual as well at the Rietveld, cleaning the room for 5 hours straight without even break, because that was the mantra for me. That was the whole cathartic feeling for me. And from there on, I felt that people was crying seeing me doing it. People was feeling, and that's what I really wanted it. And if I managed to do that, for me, that's success. Yeah. Yes, if I let someone feel deeply, that's for me everything already. And I feel with this work, I have done it. And as you can see, each of these dolls, as I like to call them, altar.
Yeah, it's like altar work.
It is altar work. It's a altarismo. It's a concept that or a terminology that I adopted from Laura Iperis. And So basically, all of these altars that you see, they have their own specific traumas. My childhood memories traumas. For example, if we have to go to the blue one is dedicated to the macho culture, as I like to say. You know, they use certain connotations, belittlement words. I don't know if I can swear here.
Yes, you can.
But okay, cool. So, for example, words like marico, you know. And these words has marked a lot of leave a lot of mark for the LGBTQ plus community in Aruba. So I felt like, okay, I'm gonna reclaim all of that and I'm going to heal from that. So that's each of these dolls has a specific culture, symbolism, meaning. The colors represents history, background of Aruba. So I thought, okay, let me give all of these emotions, trauma, healing, a place to stand there. Let me just put it out there so people could also heal from what I'm doing and grab my work, and also make altars at home, because everyone has an altar at home, venerating their loved ones, you know. So, yes, that's the work.
Love that. See the magic in the table?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, but at the same time, because Cherella earlier said, you know, sometimes when you do something, for instance, something that indeed it has to do with trauma, or you have to do it again, it could be that every time you think, okay, you're healing, you scratch something open again. How do you make sure that you do not empty yourself for them?
Right.
You know, in the making this and into performing this.
Right, exactly. But, you know, I think for me, how I take this is in a very... That's the thing, you know, I come from a very humble and genuine family. And for me, it was always do it. I always say my heart sits at the right place. And for me, when it sits at the right place, there's nothing that can move me elsewhere, because I know that this is what I want to do and I'm going to do it regardless. So I feel that because I have engraved all of these rituals through my body and decolonize my body, that actually these rituals helps me to keep me safe, to keep me, as we like to say in Aruba, fura. That's mean I'm completely, I'm completely safe. I'm completely decked by the power. So that's how it is for me. I'm in a completely safe zone, and also it's important to surround yourself with genuine people that really wants good for you and push each other. And I feel that has given me such power to continuously do these kind of works. And talk about taboos that we have on Aruba or in the Caribbean in general we don't talk about. Of course, it's a still a sensitive subject on Aruba, but we have to talk about it. We have to. And that's what I'm trying to do in my work as well.
That's what you're doing.
Yes.
That's what you're doing.
Yes.
And you also traveled to this month you were in Mykonos?
This month, yes. And
tell us a little bit about Mykonos. And your show was there, you were invited there?
I was invited. I was selected, handpicked by the curator of the Biennale in Mykonos, actually. So that is a completely new world for me. I'm still digesting that, actually.
Okay.
But it was a beautiful experience. I went with a beautiful big group of Aruban. They also show their work there, and especially for me going there and present my work, because you know when you go to Mykonos they have so much similarities in the from the Caribbean as well. And I was like, how can I really exchange but also push the limit even more for my own practice. So I use this in a way of like, okay, I'm doing music, so how can I already engraved all of these embodiments into this ritual that I did there at the Biennale. So basically this work was an veneration to all of the deaths who has been dying in Aruba from arma blanco. That means like knives, because there's been a lot of teenage violence there. And I feel that we are not talking about it sufficiently. So I really wanted to dedicate that work for them through this work.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mykonos is a place in Greece.
In Greece,
People
yeah,
don't
exactly.
know. Like,
Yeah,
what? Where?
I didn't know even.
Me
but
neither.
Yeah,
Till I was like,
yeah,
okay. But
Yeah.
I like the fact that indeed that you still see indeed what are the links with, for instance, my island or your island, Aruba, and how can you indeed, again, put in the traumas or the taboos and turn that into healing, turn that into conversation, and thus moving forward to the future.
Yeah, definitely. I feel that what I can see right now in my generation, I feel that we are really coming together right now. We are really also just in Caribbean in general, like Aruba, Bonaire, and Curaçao. We see each other coming really together and not fighting actually each other, but to really kind of like stand our ground and really be like, this is who we are, and you're gonna accept it or not.
Yeah.
And that's it, and that's beautiful for me. And I feel we all are healing from that aftermath of the colonizers.
Oh.
So that's beautiful.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
My healing table. All right. So have some water. Drink. So we're going to have our amazing little intermezzo, which isn't so little because Ruby van Hoorn will join us at the table. She is the founder of Cream Ceramics. And the Cream Ceramics you can see here, over here, these goodies are made by this amazing being. Can I get a round of applause for Ruby?
Yes.
Whoop, whoop. Cream Ceramics. As I said before, it's actually it's new-ish. Maybe an idea that's been in your head, but now it's here on the table and you're throwing it into the world. But can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah. I just wanted to mention I am in awe of both of your work first. So humbled to be at the same table with you. But yes, this is very new. I've actually been a bit pushed also to be here and talk about it because it feels like so new to me. But it is I guess a Corona, I wouldn't say hobby because that undermines what it is to me now, but it is something I started doing just, I have a full-time job behind a laptop mostly, where I do a lot of thinking. And for me, this was something to actually use my hands, shut off my mind in a sense, and practice on a discipline that I'd never done before. And that just got way out of hand, I guess. I started with wheel throwing.
Is that the
You see it on the pictures. You see it's a wheel, which is a specific technique of ceramics. And I eventually, I had a few courses of that. I liked it, but it requires so much patience, discipline, and precision. Like if you make one little, it just all collapse or is disbalanced. And then eventually, I wanted to continue doing it. I did it at home, and I found out that you could do the same, but without a wheel and with a printing technique, in a sense. And that is what I started experimenting with. And it's what you see on the pictures. It's a technique called nirikomi, which is a Japanese term which means to knead, literally. And I think I really liked this as opposed to the wheel because it leaves a lot of space for, on one hand, precision and sort of calculating what you want to achieve, but on the other hand, the sort of space for coincidence.
Okay.
And in a sense, it's like an orchestrated chaos. So yeah, that's a little...
A little bit, but and then still, I'm like, because you had never done this before, a bit busy with the ceramics, with clay, with the patterns like this.
I'd never worked with clay before. I've always drawn, painted. My mom is an artist, so I was always super happy with art class during my high school. That was my favorite course, and it was always what sort of went naturally. But I guess as opposed to Cherella, I sort of chose the sort of, we need a steady...
Yeah, real joy.
And I mean, I like that as well. But I really, I never, I guess, yeah, I don't know if it's had the patience or got the chance to do an artistic profession, and now I've done it. I've started, and I cannot stop. Yeah,
that's good. Don't stop, because these beauties will come out.
Yes.
And is there, because you just shared your COVID baby with the world. It's lovely, beautiful, beautiful.
My newborn.
Where can we already like buy, follow?
Yeah, so the Insta handle is cream.ceramics, and I will actually be doing my first launch this Wednesday. So
Really?
Oh my God.
Wednesday. Let me write this. Wednesday.
I'll write it down.
And you're doing it online or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna start with just everything through Insta, and eventually start a little online shop. But I'm taking it step by step.
And is the dream now to go from an online shop to a shop, a real shop?
Yeah, a lot of people ask, and actually, I don't know, because what I like about it is that it's so how do you say it? Vrijblijvend, like. There's no
No strings attached. You can do it the way you want.
For me, it's really, yeah, I do it for myself in the first place, and if it ends up that way, and I actually like genuinely enjoy it and continue to, but I like that there's now that it's still balanced, sort of, I guess.
So it's still, because bringing it back to the table and the convos we had here, it also sounds like this is also a part of a healing for you.
Yes.
Or am I putting in too much?
No. It's I mean, for me, I think everything you do, you make the conscious decision to do so. Like in this case, I just tried something, and it sort of the ceramic said to me, like, no, you're not going anywhere. Like it
chose you.
It sort of chose me, and I think that always comes with a reason. And in my case, it was finding something to just be by myself with my own mind. And maybe it's almost like maybe the opposite of what art sometimes means. For me, it was really to sort of shut down the thinking, almost.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for shutting down the thinking and creating these beauties. Yeah. And okay, so Wednesday we will be able to maybe get one of these.
Yes.
But make sure cream.ceramics at Instagram.
Yes.
Follow. Please, a round of applause for Ruby. All right, so back to this amazing table and these amazing people here in the crowd, because what we're gonna do right now, I absolutely love this part, because we're gonna leave it up to the universe, as we always have to do. But I have a card deck, and in this card deck there are a few questions, and the questions will be for you and you. And yeah, you can pick left or right. Normally, I would let the table choose, but oh my gosh, look at all these eyes looking at me, and they want to do something. So the crowd will decide either left or right, and then, yes, follow. So the first card deck, can we see that? Two cards. Left or right? Left. Left. Left, please. A left. Have you ever doubted your own talent?
Yes.
A very firm yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Like I recently started having less doubt.
Okay. Okay.
It's not gone. It's just.
It's there.
It transforms. Also, because I like to learn new things all the time, to like broaden my perspective and broaden my backpack. So yeah, and with every new skill that I learn comes new insecurities, doubt, whatever type of craziness and bullshit. But
freeze you. You won't let it paralyze you. You keep going.
Paralyzation. so like not forever.
Temporary.
Temporary, yes. Paralyzed temporarily, and then just, even though I don't believe what I'm doing, I will keep on doing it because I know why I'm doing it. And I see the goal, what I want to do with it. So when I'm here and I see this and I'm like somewhere here and I'm like, oh, it's just so long, and am I good enough, or like, I don't know, just all the doubt and the crazy blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, the voice that you don't want.
The voices.
Actually.
And I'm like, yeah, the voice is here. My talent is also here, even though I don't believe it, but we're going there. So, and you already did this. Like,
Yeah,
look
okay.
at this.
Yeah, yeah.
Come
so
on.
Remind yourself, hey.
Go.
No sitting down.
Yeah.
I see a big yes also over here.
Definitely. Ooh, I feel, especially when, well, for me, my encounter with that was when I did my entrance exam at the Rietveld. And you see everyone showing their work, and I'm coming with amateur stuff.
Yeah, that's what you said in your head.
say.
Yeah.
And then from there on, you doubt yourself. You were like, oh my gosh, am I gonna get accepted? Is my work at the level that they want to see? And then when you get accepted, you hear the other side from the students as well, and they were like, oh, I thought your work was really good actually. So I was like, oh, why do we have to feel like that? But I get it, I understand it, it's part of the human being. But now I'm like, nah,
you got this.
I know my work. So
Greatness.
yeah.
Greatness. And because both of you also, you use your art as a form of healing, if I may say so.
Yeah.
Let's go into that for a little bit, because I think that's something that's very necessary also.
Yes.
But how do you find it? How do you know, oh, wait a minute, this is also a form of healing, and I'm making this for me to heal me, and if you like it, yeah, let's heal together. Right?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I was talking about. I didn't know what to make, what type of piece I wanted to make, but I wanted to make a piece, and then skipping the whole like heavy stuff, because I felt like I want to make something that. I will do it, I will perform it multiple times.
Yeah.
I will sit on it for quite a big period of time, like maybe half a year or whatever, to create it, or a couple of months. So it needs to be healing for me first. The repetitive thing, like I want it to be a manifestation, as while doing it, while creating it, while performing it. So then every time I perform the piece, it will heal a piece of me.
Beautiful.
And I want to, by performing it, speak things into existence for me.
Oh, you do.
Yes.
You are the manifester of moo la la, come to me money. Did it come to you? Yes.
On
Absolutely. Monday.
And every day.
Every day. Make it rain. Okay.
Yes.
And for you too, because you just said, indeed.
Yeah, I think for me it is the intentionality that I put in my work. And I feel that when that came to first place, the Corona time, when it first hit, I have friends in the Netherlands, and they told me, they were calling me, they said, oh my gosh, Darwin, talk to me. I don't know, I feel depressed, I feel anxiety, I don't know who I am. And I finally be like, wow, finally, the world stopped.
Yeah.
And then everything, you were panicking. So I was okay, let me use then my work as a healing. Let me help them out with my healing work or process. So from there on, I started using my work as a healing method. It was already there, with me.
Yeah, but then you realize.
But then I realized that, oh shoot, actually people are actually going through things now that the world stopped. And then I started talking with them and letting them know, hey, find something that is really important to you. Do you have to create an altar? is your ritual cooking every day? What is it? Do you dance with music? Do you clean with music? It has so many type of way to heal yourself and to use it as a ritual for yourself. And daily things, maybe you don't even pay attention to it, but then when you see it as a ritual and a healing way and you feel released by all of this tension, by doing these rituals to yourself, then grab that and possess that.
Yes.
And that's what I would say, yeah.
Yes.
So many questions, so little time. Oh, no. No, but I also would like to, because I always want to do like a lot of cards, but at the same time, I also want to know, like we have to give the people a little bit of what's coming. Because, I mean, you winning that prize is just the tip of the iceberg because you've been there, you're doing. Universe, the 29th of October in Compagnie Theater. But is there more coming? Because I saw there was a show with you and your bestie and your love. And I was like, yo, what is that? Future Works? Concert? Can you give us a little something about what's next in the future?
Yes. Well, you know, Universe, the theater, hip-hop performance piece is just like a snippet of my life and I would say like a little bit of the spiritual path I made for myself, with myself. But then Universe, Holy Trinity is like, you know, combined with Lashan with 3 A's.
With 3 A's, Lashan.
Lashan. Shout out to my bestie. And then and my lover, my partner, my baby, my Snoopy, Maria Anouk, is also an amazing performer. But they're part of the Universe, of course. Like, and that's what we're showing then in Universe Holy Trinity. So Maria Anouk, the rock star, with a motherfucking electric guitar, so fucking hot, oh my God. Lashan, the drag queen, performer, rap star, dancer, everything like shining bright. So yeah, it's like, you know,
Holy
and
Trinity, Universe.
it's just more of more the
Yes, whatever you want to put it. All of it.
So that's more of the concert vibe. You know, like we performed for the first time at Front Row Festival past Saturday. And it was amazing to just, you know, have the vibe of a concert after the whole lockdown. People just being there, standing, jumping, screaming, shouting with our music while they were hearing it for the first time.
Amazing.
And it's just so...
It was an amazing show.
You were there.
You were there.
You were there. You know what's about to come.
I told her I wasn't planning on dancing necessarily, but it was inevitable. Oh my God. But also the performance was also not just defined as a music act. It was also multifaceted.
Yeah.
A lot of elements to it.
Yeah.
It was Universe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's coming. That's coming. Okay. And Darwin, for you, what's coming? Because also music, right?
Yes.
Tell us a little bit. Tell us a little bit.
Come on.
Yes. For 4 years now, I've been just producing and writing and composing, singing, creating this conceptual album.
Yeah.
And it's connected with my work actually. So each of these altars supposed to have a sound, and you can already depict these colors through these altars. What the color will be for the sounds as well for the album. So I'm now in the process of finishing, sending it to mixing and mastering. So it's going to come really soon. I'm excited, going to Aruba soon to do the film for it. Yes, it's a lot.
There's a lot of
but it's
goodness
exciting.
coming.
Oh my God.
So we keep an eye on both of you on the socials and more website. I mean, these are names you cannot get around it. If you Google it, if you say it, it appears. Darwin, Winklaar, Cherella, Gessel, and Cream Ceramics. Mag ik alsjeblieft a round of applause for my amazing guest. Lord. All right. So, for the people at home, this is the end for you. For the people here, we got more coming. So, see, that's why you need to come to the studio, join us here, woo, 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 so you get a little bit of that behind the scenes, that's absolute show vibe. But thank you very much for tuning in tonight. We will be back after a short break on the 5th of November with visual artists Marilyn Sonneveld and Frederik Berendsen. It's going to be amazing. You need to be here. This is Uncovering Creatives. This is Friday Night Live. I mean, we don't like to brag, but we like to brag. I will be here. Make sure you are too. My name is Jennifer. Thank you very much. Good night.
Yes.
Peace out.